It's been a strange year for celebrities in 2020, with many left with more time on their hands than ever before. Stuck inside with little to do, some have made misguided attempts to connect from the comfort of their own homes, seemingly slipping their minds that their privileged experiences and surroundings are not the norm. Meanwhile, some famous faces threw caution to the wind when it came to breaking lockdown rules, and others insensitively flaunted their wealth. It's safe to say it has probably been a confusing year for the rich and famous, but perhaps even more so for the onlookers who have had to keep up with their antics. Here are 6 of the most bafflingly out-of-touch celebrity moments of 2020. Kim Kardashian West's private island party. The Kardashian clan very visibly operates in a world far separated from us average Joes, but Kim Kardashian West went one step further with her 40th birthday plans. She whisked her nearest and dearest away to an undisclosed private island in October to pretend things were normal for a time. Well, normality is subjective, after all. Never one to resist a social media opportunity, the mother of 4 shared some snaps from her getaway to Twitter. After 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island where we could pretend things were normal just for a brief moment in time, she explained. We danced, rode bikes, swam near whales, kayaked, watched a movie on the beach and so much more. Of course, she attached a caveat to state she recognized her privilege. I realize that for most people, this is something that is so far out of reach right now, so in moments like these, I am humbly reminded of how privileged my life is, Kardashian West noted, apparently not realizing that swimming near whales on a private island was out of reach for most people at all times and not just in a pandemic. Naturally, the ostentatious display of wealth caused a stir online, and sparked some great memes. Rita Ora's lockdown-breaking birthday bash. Rita Ora was forced to issue an apology after police came to investigate her 30th birthday party at a restaurant in West London in November. Despite restrictions, it was reported there were up to 30 people at the event, which she described as a small gathering. At the time, it was only permitted for a person to meet up with one other person outside. In a post to her Instagram story, the singer said, "It was a spur-of-the-moment decision made with the misguided view that we were coming out of lockdown and this would be okay. I'm deeply sorry for breaking the rules and in turn understand that this puts people at risk. This was a serious and inexcusable error of judgment. Given the restrictions, I realize how irresponsible these actions were and I take full responsibility. I feel particularly embarrassed knowing firsthand how hard people have worked to combat this terrible illness and being fully aware of the sacrifices that people and businesses have made to help keep us all safe. Even though this won't make it right, I want to sincerely apologize." Ora also offered to pay a fine. In an interview conducted prior to the party, she said she'd be celebrating with just her parents. It later emerged she had breached the rules twice by throwing the party, as she should have been isolating at the time. She had flown to Egypt for a private performance on the 21st of November but didn't isolate for 2 weeks upon her return as she should have done, attending her birthday celebrations instead. Ellen DeGeneres' jail joke. It's been a rough year for Ellen DeGeneres following claims from former employees that there was a toxic workplace culture behind the scenes on her chat show. Following an investigation, top producers left the show while DeGeneres issued multiple apologies about what had gone on. Before that, back in April she, like many chat show hosts, had taken her eponymous show online amid stay-at-home orders. While broadcasting to viewers from her house, she joked about the situation, saying, "One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail, is what it is. It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone here is gay." DeGeneres' comment sparked suggestions she was insensitive for comparing being stuck inside her multi-million-dollar Los Angeles home to being in jail while others are in much harsher circumstances and, indeed, actually in prison. Except that people in jail can't practice social distancing, don't have enough water or toilet paper, and are going to die at exceptional rates from COVID-19. Except for that, Ellen, your quarantine experience is just like being in jail, one observer tweeted at the time. Jess Glynn's dress code disaster. Jess Glynn wanted to treat herself to a nice meal out when lockdown restrictions began to lift back in the summer. However, unlike most people, she had hundreds of thousands of followers to complain to when things didn't go as she'd have liked. The singer claimed she and a friend had been turned away from Mayfair restaurant Sexy Fish thanks to their casual attire, but went so far as to claim it was in fact pure discrimination. Glynn subsequently backtracked on using the word to describe her situation, stating that it was wrong in a video. She said, "I used the wrong word, discrimination, I take that back. It was wrong. But I just wanted to highlight the reason why I posted what I did. Basically all I wanted to say was that I felt it was rude and very disrespectful in the way that the Sexy Fish staff were towards me and my friend yesterday, and I don't believe anybody should be spoken to like that, and that's what I wanted to highlight." In her original post, Glynn explained another restaurant had been able to accommodate her and her pal, thank goodness. Vanessa Hudgens' inevitable backlash. Back in March, Vanessa Hudgens came under fire for suggesting deaths from the coronavirus would be inevitable. While talking about the then potential quarantine timeline, she said, yeah, till July sounds like a bunch of bulls ***t. I am sorry, but it's a virus, I get it. I respect it. But at the same time I am even if everybody gets it, yeah, people are going to die, which is terrible but inevitable. Turns out the only inevitable thing was the backlash, with the actor initially defending herself by saying her remarks had been taken out of context. However, it wasn't long before an apology emerged. "I realize my words were insensitive and not at all appropriate for the situation our country and the world are in right now," she said. "This has been a huge wake-up call to the significance my words have, now more than ever. I am sending safe wishes to everyone to stay safe and healthy during this crazy time." It seemed the High School Musical star had forgotten we're all in this together. Gal Gadot and co.'s Imagine video. One fateful day back in March 2020, even before the UK was in full lockdown, a group of Hollywood stars decided to come together to treat us to an ill-fated rendition of John Lennon's Imagine. Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot recruited famous friends including Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell, and Mark Ruffalo to each sing a line of the song for a video she posted to Instagram. Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot recruited famous friends including Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell, and Mark Ruffalo to each sing a line of the song for a video she posted to Instagram. Captioning the footage, she wrote, "We are in this together, we will get through it together. Let's imagine together. Sing with us." The internet was soon set ablaze with criticism of the cringe-worthy cover that saw multi-millionaires singing lyrics including "Imagine No Possessions." Gadot maintained she had only the best intentions and wanted to send light and love into the world. Actor Jamie Dornan, who also took part, tried to separate himself from the disaster by saying he had been dragged into it by Kristen Wiig, who apologized to him following the backlash. He also said the problem stemmed from some of the stars escaping to their second homes, although he had tried to make his surroundings seem normal. "I'll tell you what the problem was. I literally did mine in the toilet of my house," he recalled. Quite clearly, some people had escaped to their second home. There's too much acreage in the background. Too many beautiful trees swaying in the background. clearly in front of an ocean, that's sort of crack. I was quite aware of that whenever I was doing it, to make it normal. However, he emphasized that Godot's intentions were good.